Today on Sky World News, Islamic militants attack a hotel in Mogadishu. 32 people are killed. Members of parliament are among the dead. The Lebanese army moves in to restore order after a deadly gun battle in Beirut between Hezbollah and a rival Sunni faction. The UN makes an urgent appeal for dozens of aircraft after hundreds of thousands of Pakistanis are cut off by the floods. Also this morning, the crisis in Niger. Floods follow a severe drought in one of the region's poorest countries. Relief for the trapped miners in Chile. Food and water is sent down, but it could be months before they're free. And in sport, South African 800-metre world champion Caster Semenya says she won't rest until she has the world record.
Live from the Sky News Centre, this is Sky World News with Lukwesa Burak.
Right, let's cross to South Africa and say a very good morning to Samay.
Hello and a very good morning to you. I'm Samay Zake in Johannesburg with a look at your African business news. Hundreds of South African executives are in China this week. They're part of an ambitious three-day roadshow to drum up investment. South Africa's President Jacob Zuma is leading the delegation. He's been trying to broaden South Africa's economic appeal and wants China to invest in infrastructure and manufacturing. More than 370 business delegates accompanied Zuma. That's the biggest ever entourage for a South African leader's visit abroad. So far, they've signed around a dozen deals for investments in energy, power, transmission and railways. China is South Africa's largest trading partner. Africa's biggest retailer, ShopRite, is expanding aggressively in Nigeria. It's to bump up the number of outlets there tenfold to 20. ShopRite targets the lower end of the retail market. It currently has about 1,166 stores, 155 of those outside its home market in South Africa. The group plans to open another 85 new stores this year. ShopRite says it's investing heavily to take advantage of the recovery, though it says it may still be a little way off. Job losses in South Africa are hurting, and that saw profits slow as consumers cut spending. Still, profits for the year rose 18% to $461 million. Moving to Kenya now, and competition among its cell phone companies is heating up. The biggest, Safaricom, is cutting its charges by up to 75%. Two of its rivals, Zain Kenya and Issa Telecom Kenya, have already halved their fees. And just last week, the country's Communications Commission halved the rates the companies charge each other to carry calls. Safaricom's offer runs until 23rd of September. Local analysts are worried about its profits and just how it plans to maintain returns, given growing competition. Taking a look at news in brief now, South Africa's GDP grew 3.2% in the second quarter from 4.6% in the first. That's less than forecast. A sharp drop in mining activity is among the culprits. South Africa's Telkom is looking to restart talks with AT&T on their Africa partnership. The two had agreed to work together to provide IT and telecom services for foreign firms expanding on the continent. State-run Career Resources is to sell a 5% stake in its nickel mine in Madagascar for $140 million. The buyers include Samsung and Hyundai. I'm Samay Zake. That's the African Business News Roundup from Johannesburg. It's back to you in London.
Samay, thank you very much. A look at some world currencies now. Well, the market dropped more than 100 points after sales of previously owned US homes took a record plunge in July. They hit their slowest pace in 15 years, underlining the housing market's struggle to find its footing without government aid. While the dismal sales report came as Chicago Federal Reserve President Charles Evans warned the risk of a double-dip recession was higher than 6 months ago. He doubted that the output will actually shrink, but said recovery will be modest. And worries about a slowdown in the global economy saw the dollar tumble to a 15-year low against the Japanese yen. The dollar fell below 84 yen for the first time since 1995. Investors have used the dollar as a safe haven in times of financial uncertainty, but its appeal has waned as US growth expectations weakened. Well, stay with us. We've got the showbiz coming up, and Pirates of the Caribbean comes home to Britain's Pinewood Studios. Find out more in a moment.